Hey friend, how's it going? So today I want to talk to you about letting go and what it feels or what it means to me. I know everybody has different versions of it. I know people will tell you that you need to go through 5 stages of this and that, but I'm going to tell you one simple thing. I experienced letting go differently, and I realized one thing, that being able to let something go means that you have to forgive yourself and you have to be able to calm the fears that you have in your soul and in your mind. When you go through life changes, when something changes, or when you just can't seem to understand why things are happening the way they're happening, mostly they're happening because you either are afraid that it won't match up to the past that you think was good, because our head likes to create the image of our past in the best light possible, because we always forget the bad things that came along with it, or we're too afraid to admit that we'll do just fine. What I found that helped me, and it helped me immensely, was I saw this interesting documentary, and it was a word that I heard, and the word was reprogramming our mind. And it makes sense, because if you put your mind to something, you can always retrain your mind to think differently, right? But the key for that, the secret of that, is that the only way you can reprogram or retrain your mind is to do something small, even, that can help your physical self to start believing that these changes are positive. It's like your mind is like scared, our mind, when we're in state of not being able to move on or not being able to forgive ourselves, we become like scared puppies, per se. You can just yank scared puppy and expect it to change and suddenly listen to you, right? You have to give it small crumbs, little pieces of something, nuggets. So the way I did was I went a little esoterically, and I got a little bowl of purified water, and I put a little salt in it. Now, in many cultures, salt is for evil eye, and pure water is for purifying soul. What I found that doing that for 7 days straight, it really cleared my mind. I did it every night before sleep. I put a little prayer, and this prayer doesn't have to be religious. It could be some kind of chant that you come up with. It's just to start telling your brain that this is what I'm doing, and this is for this. Intentionally, I'm putting this thought, and I want things to change. Now, when something happens in our life, right? Lots of people tend to look outwards, and they tend to look for answers, but they forget. You cannot build a building without good foundation, right? So what I realized that I needed to rebuild myself from within in order to be able to flourish. And it did help. Now, I'm not saying that it would be same for everybody, but giving yourself small, tiny amounts of bits, like little tiny pieces, to little crumbs, to help that puppy to come out from the shell, so it can start trusting you again. That's how you'll earn its trust, so it can eventually help you to let it go. Because living in the past is like not existing in the present. And if you don't exist in the present, there will be no future to look forward to. The best versions of ourselves only come when we facing our fears is not something that anyone should ever do. I'll explain why. Facing the fear is for fools. Outsmarting the fear is for geniuses. Now remember when I was telling you about feeding that scared puppy little bites so it can come out and start trusting you again? Now, that is outsmarting your fear. Slowly, small chunks at a time. Facing the fear would be jumping at it and grabbing the puppy and taking it out, and you do not know what kind of damage you might cause again. That's why we always say, be kind to yourself, don't rush. There's no need to rush. Because if you're stuck in the past, guess what? The time has already stopped and it's just waiting for you to move. So no matter how, and if you rush, time won't move. You'll be stuck in the past, just replaying it in fast mode. So the next step is for you to decide. I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's going to be a lot of struggles, but give yourself a chance to heal. I gave myself a chance to heal. I hated it. In the beginning, I said to myself, well, what the hell am I doing? Why am I doing it? But you know what? Things become clearer. Your thoughts align and you start to see things clearly. Just love yourself. You deserve it. We all do. There will never be anyone to love you more than you will love yourself. And you should. You deserve it. We all go through a hell of a time, especially nowadays. So, until next time, I hope you join my journey, and I'll check in on you. And leave a comment under if you like. Share, follow, subscribe, whatever you like. And I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, okay? Take care.